Paul traveled to many places to share the good news about Jesus. When he traveled to Corinth, he met a man named Aquila and his wife Priscilla. I appreciate couples with names that rhyme. Aquila and Priscilla had recently left Rome and now lived in Corinth, where they worked as tent makers. Paul was a tent maker too, so he stayed with them and worked alongside them making tents. I'm sure it was an intense situation. Get it? Intense. Every Sabbath, Paul went to the synagogue and taught the people the good news about Jesus. Sometime later, Paul set sail for Syria to share the gospel. Priscilla and Aquila went with him. On the way, the ship stopped at Ephesus. Priscilla and Aquila stayed in Ephesus, but Paul traveled on. Now, a Christian named Apollos also came to Ephesus. He knew the scriptures well and taught people about Jesus. Apollos was a good speaker, but he didn't know everything that happened to Jesus. Apollos only knew about John's baptism, and there was more he needed to understand. It's like he'd only seen season 1 of the greatest story ever told. Priscilla and Aquila heard Apollos teaching things that were not quite right. They took Apollos aside and explained to him the entire story of Jesus and everything that happened after Jesus was baptized. When Apollos wanted to go to Achaia, the believers wrote a letter, urging the disciples there to welcome him. He was a great help to those who believed because he was able to argue with the Jews in public, using the scriptures to show that Jesus is Christ the Messiah.